Still a win. Let's go.
Dear Miss Flawless, to shine overall is your calling. And I heard you go hard, you go all in. And you were made to ball like you're Spalding. Time and time again, you be showing up. You be like fuck a friend, no time for falling out. And you're all about your bread, no more going out. See, that's just what I like, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, baby.
No matter what, always on the grind, cause a little not enough. Got these bad bitches mad by the way she had it up. Just missing the price tag, cause that cash will back it up. All she do is win.
I see you shining, grinding, so keep
all she do is win.
I see you shining, grinding, so keep you prove that you would be more than nothing. Stay ahead of the game, you realize. Let your haters motivate you into becoming whatever it is you want in your life. Don't let the clothes of the cars define you. Just love yourself like you desire to. And when times get hard, girl, just keep the faith and have your way. Have your way. So proud of you, so proud of you, so proud of you, so proud of you. Have your way. So proud of you, so proud of you, so proud of you.
No matter what, always on the grind, cause a little not enough. Got these bad bitches mad by the way she had it up. Just missing the price tag, cause that cash will back it up. All she do is win.
I see you shining, grinding, so keep
All she do is win.
I see you shining, grinding, so keep shining. Got a flawless swagger, ain't a chick better. Doing all the things that I like. Being a freak, she a master. Thinking on death past. So good, I wanna make her my wife.
All she do is
She got it bad and she wonders that if I'm gonna take it serious, it's like a heart attack. I gotta go, my heart's not attached. I let her go, but she keep running back, right back. She got it bad and she
Hey, yo, Lane, check dig, man. I was just sitting back reminiscing, man, you know what I'm saying, and vibing on how things used to be, you dig? Like when we was youngsters, you know what I'm saying, that OSDN used to rock. St. Angela's jump, you know?
When children used to see the test every day. I used to go to Toledo. When kids really used to go out. When females used to carry themselves as women. I used to go to Toledo. Where hustlers used to chew their tongue without snitching.
Listen, I remember back in the day when I was a child, doing bad, mama used to take us to eat at Hot and Now. Very convenient, the food was good and plus it was cheap. Creeping off the block to go swimming at Willie's every week. Dirt courts in just about every backyard, hooping on crates. Sneaking jars out the house, trying to catch lightning bugs and snakes. The good old days when penny candy really used to cost a penny. Ice cream truck had ice cream on it, you could buy for 10 pennies. Pimping your bike out with chrome caps, reflectors, and mirrors. The hood used to be a village back when the neighbors cared. It was less snitching, more females carried themselves like women. I wish I could go back and visit, cause I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the test every day.
It ain't got that same vibe, it got no more than
really
you know?
used to go outside and play.
Yeah, okay. I feel where you going, CJ.
Females used to carry themselves as
Okay,
women.
man. It's your boy Bobcat, man. Just reminiscing, check this.
Where hustlers used to chew their tongue without snitching.
I'm just reminiscing about the old days. And nah, I don't go far back as the OJs. Lane, look, I'm talking late 80s, early 90s. On Auburn up at Peach Rose is where you could find me. I was screaming crossroads for the love of the dough. 16 double O until the world blow. When Indo and Joint Mob had a lock on the South. And Arden Coleman had you scared to come out of your house. Around the time when Magic Wand found out he was plera. And Ray Stone was so fly, yeah, that was the era. Philly and Philly and all was reppin' for Out Hill. That Scott and Libby gang could damn near get a nigga killed. When Northtown was bumpin', Southwick was slumpin'. Follow the light, lightning rod had every club jumpin'. I give her arm, a leg, 2 shoulders, and a tooth. To see Toledo how it was in my youth. Man, I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the test every day. When kids really used to go outside and play. When females used to carry themselves as women. Where hustlers used to chew their tongue without snitching.
Wake up, Toledo. Wake your ass up. Yeah, you're listening to the 419 Grind, Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Hey.
Good Tuesday morning. Rise and grind, beautiful people.
Is this thing on?
Welcome in.
Is this thing on?
Welcome in to the All New Rise and Grind Morning Show. It is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. And it was a little chipper outside today, guys.
Yeah, it was. I was freezing.
Yeah, I came out of the house. I thought it was going to be beautiful because the weather has been, you know, showing us some love.
Excuse me for pointing.
So I thought it was going to be beautiful, but I stepped out and it was breezy. It was brisk. I had to start my car and heat it up for a little bit.
Same.
So yeah, definitely. It's 21 degrees right now, so you're definitely going to
I do that every morning, Leah.
Yeah, I don't.
What?
And I need to really,
What y'all say? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Talking about like going outside and starting your car up and letting it run for a little while.
I got an older car, so I always got to do that.
I do too, but I just don't think about it until I'm like about to run out the door and then I run out.
You be freezing when you drive?
Yes. But no, you know what? My car actually heats up really fast. So
It's not good for your engine.
Jesse just clicked that button.
Not good for your
I
engine.
was about to say Jesse can cheat. He can
got that
button
2021.
clickers.
yeah, see, I don't got that.
He got cold mode, snow mode, and cold
Have
mode.
Brandon go out there and start it for you.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes I do, but then there are other times where I just don't
I
think
used to
about
start
it.
my mama.
That's what kids are for.
Right.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
We got to utilize them. Shoot.
So
They
like
are
I said,
broke best friends.
Yeah, for sure. So like I said, it's currently 21 degrees. It is pretty chipper out there, so definitely take a jacket with you on your way out the door. But we are going to get to a high of 39 today, and the sun definitely has poked out. We're going to be seeing the sun all day today, so it is going to get a little bit warmer for us. So definitely take your sunglasses
Better
with
get
you.
warm. It was
Yeah.
cold. My feet was
You know
cold.
what?
out there.
yesterday when I left the house yesterday morning, I turned the heat off.
Because you thought it was.
Wait a minute.
So when you got home, it was pretty cold, huh?
It was freezing, and then wait a minute, I forgot that I turned the heat off. So I got home and went into bed, and I was freezing.
Yeah.
And you was too cold to move too. You was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always freezing in my mom's house because she doesn't like it to be hot. And so she, like, yesterday, I think I walked in the house and it was like 67 degrees in the house. And I'm like,
it was 62 in my house.
I'm like, it's cold. Okay.
I got me a trusty old dollar store heater that does the job every time.
Yeah, yeah. I got one of those like space heaters though too in my room because I have to keep warm.
Coke 45.
That's about good.
But the good news is that we're looking at the weather's looking up. Okay, spring is coming. It's up and it's stuck because tomorrow's gonna be a high of 52.
Oh, I'm gonna be
sunny.
We're gonna be
get to go outside and play tomorrow.
Yeah, but then Thursday the temperature's gonna go back down to a high of 39. But then the weekend,
I told you we're gonna be sick.
What's the weekend?
In the weekend, we're gonna be in like the high 40s, pretty much at 50 degrees all weekend long.
My weather
sunny.
just do what it want to do.
And then going into next week, we're gonna be like getting up into the 60s.
Right.
We got like a whole good week and a half ahead of us.
Oh, we need to film outside then.
Yeah, that.
Say what?
We need to film outside.
No,
we don't have enough electricity out there.
A tent.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And be out there.
I tell you what,
y'all did the pop-up shops outside.
I tell you what, you gonna set you
summer at 78 degrees.
Right. Hey, when we get 60, that's summer for us.
You gonna set you a tent up outside and we'll zoom you from the parking lot while we up in the studio watching you on the monitor.
As far as traffic goes, the traffic was looking good on my way in, but Clyde did mention to me that there was an accident on Monroe Street near Whiteford Road. So definitely, if you're in that area, make sure you take your time and give yourself some extra time to get to where you're going so you don't have to rush and make the situation worse than it already is.
Yeah, don't be telling people where I'll be at.
Well, you got to inform the listeners.
That was your speed one, snack run. You seen it on your
I needed a burners, man. You know how you need, sometimes you just need to burp in the morning. I had to go get a burner. I couldn't mess with no coffee this morning.
Okay, yeah.
Y'all know Vernors is that medicine. You know your mama said go get you a Vernors.
And some saltine crackers.
Absolutely.
And it do the job.
Y'all see my daddy right here.
It do the job.
So excuse me if I burp in the mic. I'm going to try
Don't burp in the mic then.
Okay.
Turn your head
Right,
the
I
other
was
way.
gonna say, turn your head.
I ain't about to be on me, man. I'm trying to. Good morning, Toledo. How y'all doing? What's up, Danielle? I miss Toledo.
Yes.
Yay,
I want to
Grand
say
Rising.
hello to our sponsors and thank you to our sponsors.
Yep.
Hot Box, Lima Humidad, Essential Vibes, Toledo, Mud City ENT, Greater New Psalmist Church, J. Rush Jennings, Lance Self, the People Salesman. And if you would like to become a sponsor of the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show, make sure you send your info to Rise and Grind at the419grind.com and you can become a sponsor of the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show. And I also want to say shout out to my boy Mike that was in here yesterday. That gave us our Paul Anthony. Okay,
Paul
I'm feeling real
Brand.
official. Yeah, my Paul Anthony.
Yeah, y'all, Paul Anthony.
I've had some pink Karachis I've been trying to wear. And now I finally, had something to wear with them. So shout out to my boy Mike. I love my hoodie. It had me nice and warm this morning in that chipper weather.
Jawarm? Jawarm?
Jawarm.
You look like you about to go for a job.
I said, was Jawarm?
I was Jawarm.
Okay.
Jawarm? What's the job?
I don't know.
That was me asking, are you warm?
I'm just going along
He just
with
wanted
it.
to say
I'm just going with the flow.
You just gotta follow along.
She looked like she about to go take a jog.
Yeah, I might. You never know. I feel like I'm jogging all day, every day. Like I feel like my life is a jog. Okay?
You be running around this little box like you crazy.
Grinding, getting it in.
I feel like my life is a steady jog. Like I can't never slow down. But I'm not comfortable any other way. Like where I sat down. I sat down. I had to sit down. God sat me down. We talked about that earlier. How God will sit you down when you're doing too much. So, my last baby, she was very unexpected. And, he sat me down. And through that whole pregnancy, I was pretty much just like didn't do anything. And that was like during COVID. COVID had happened like in the middle of my pregnancy. No. So I was like very just in the house, like to myself. I didn't go nowhere. Didn't do nothing. Like I literally sat for dang near a whole year.
When you was pregnant, like what was you really supposed to do?
Well, no, when I was pregnant with my other two kids, I still was moving and grooving. You know what I mean?
But it was COVID, right? When you was pregnant?
Yeah. So with this one, it was a little different, So I was like, literally, I took like a good 9 months where I was literally just doing nothing for real.
You needed that.
I mean, I was in school still at the time, but outside of that, it was all online. So I really wasn't doing too much. So now I'm back moving and grooving.
Back and better.
Yes, back and better than ever. And what's up to our who we got on there, Clyde? Who you got on there?
Myron talking about what's up? What's up, Myron?
Good morning,
what's up,
Myron?
I see my boy E is on the live. What's up, E?
Hey.
Myron ain't want to hang out late the other night talking about some let's go home.
Our boy Trey is on the live.
Who said what up, Clyde, from the 419 Grind?
Who on our stuff?
I don't know. Who said that?
Me. I'm sorry.
You saying what up to yourself?
I don't know. I'm just excited today.
Why would you say what up to yourself? You trying to trick us?
Because I was reading the other.
You trying to trick us to make you think you got some fans out there?
I want to say good morning to Donetta. I see her on the live. Good morning, Starla.
Good morning.
Good morning, Starla.
That's horrible.
How come I can't see nobody else? I hate when I can't see people's names.
Yes,
I see that there's 19 of you on the live, so I want to say good morning to each and every one of you.
Good morning, Terrence.
Terrence, good morning.
He said about to send another pack of videos.
Hey,
send it on.
Hey, Terrence, tell your people to vote, man.
Yes, make sure you tell your people to vote.
If you put your video on the video show, tell people to vote.
Vote.
Vote every day. Vote all day. Go to the website and just hang out for a while and vote while you're there.
You can keep voting, huh?
Yeah.
When you go to the bathroom, take your phone with you.
When you go to the website, when you go to the bathroom, you go to 419grind.com/vote. Hang out for a while. Look at the nominees.
Mike Chop.
What up, Mike Chop?
What up, Clyde?
Yeah, he trying to act like he got fans, Mike. I don't know why.
Y'all starting that toxic stuff. It's Toxic Tuesday already.
Hell said, what up, Clyde?
He trying to vote for himself.
You post still.
Yes.
Right,
And shout out to us, the number one local podcast in Toledo, Ohio. 419 Grind. Hey, we are number one, and we want to say thank you again to each and every one of you who voted. Why?
Because we can't do the annual thing.
What annual thing?
They have a award ceremony for that. Because LB's won like 3 years in a row, and they always would go. It looks so much fun. Yeah, they're gonna have to redo.
They're gonna have to bring that back
because we're gonna win again. We're gonna win again next year. So.
Yes, period. Shout out to Mixo, Pix, and Danielle.
Grand Rising.
Terrell.
What up, nephew?
What's up, y'all?
What up? What? Who else on there?
I hope everybody is having a beautiful morning so far. It is Tuesday,
Toxic.
Hey, shout out to the Evolution having them Taco Tuesdays.
I need that spotlight key lime pie drink again.
Oh Lord, that key lime pie drink.
So good.
I gotta pay my phone bill. That's why my service moving slow.
Oh, yeah.
You better, they slow your day.
They sat you down.
Right, my stuff won't even update.
Your stuff ain't gonna be ring, ring, ring. I can't get a call. You can't get a call.
Ring, ring, ring. It won't stop ringing.
Shout out to our boy Diamond.
Yeah, shout out to Diamond. I love you, Donetta. She said that we are the number one urban podcast in the country.
Oh yeah, we appreciate her because she shares like crazy.
Donetta, we love you. You are like one of our number one most loyal listeners, and we love you. Shout out to Myron McKnight.
What did he say? Read what he said because I can't do it.
Myron says he thought we were the only podcast. Hey, no shade. We love everybody. Shout out to all the podcasts that were in that category, doing their thing. Yes. We definitely don't want to take nothing away from them because there are,
we humble.
Yes, we're definitely humble. We were in a lineup with some pretty, some pretty solid podcasters. So
shout out to Andrew Z.
Shout out to Andrew Z. Also, shout out to who else was in there?
I don't know.
There was a few people.
I don't know.
We stay in our own lane.
You know what's crazy is the 419 Grind podcast have morphed into 8 podcasts.
Yes.
So now we have 8 podcasts instead of one. So now this summer when we do the nominations for the Best of Toledo, we're gonna nominate the Rise and Grind Morning Show. We're gonna nominate Cloth Talk. Essential Vibe. All of them.
And Marquel,
one of them taking it.
Marquel, you can get up off my cricket because we all had a cricket at one point in time.
Shout out to DJ Trav. Good morning. Robert. Good morning.
Musically too. What up?
Melissa. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes, we love you guys. We love Toledo. So we got some trending topics.
Do we?
Yeah, we got some trending topics.
It's Trending Topics in Toledo on the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
To the beat, I'ma move my feet. I ain't getting up cause you ain't getting my seat.
Hey.
If I cuss, hit the bleep, bleep.
Hey.
Guess what?
What up, Jack?
I got my sheets. They warm. I'm coming through. The sun is shining.
I got it. I wanna flow on the mic cause I'm feeling real hot.
We gotta get them in the studio. They need to make an EP or something.
Cause I'm feeling Lego in her frame.
Hey,
it ain't no game. Hey, it ain't no game. She scared you. You ain't know what was happening right there, huh? You thought you was in a dream.
Right, she looked like Storm, and then she looked like
Clyde thought he woke up in a dream.
Hold on, what's the chick that used to do the scary movies late night with the things all like that? Right, I was like, ow!
Why you put your hands up? You was under arrest.
No,
I didn't know what to do.
Hands up, don't shoot.
She started in, I thought we was too loud. I thought they was about to say, get your shit and leave.
Birthday girl is in the building.
Birthday girl, Talaia.
Yes. Hey, girl. Well, don't you look beautiful on your birthday?
Right.
Chilling on softly.
Legal.
Yes, mommy.
Legally blind.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. Legally blind. Yes. Our girl is legal today.
Hey.
Talaia, how does it feel to be 21?
You live.
God, I wish I could go back to 21.
You gotta get a bottle. You live.
Did you take a shot already?
No, I didn't.
Shot.
Not yet. Okay.
Hey, tell our girl happy birthday in the comments.
Hey, y'all. Make sure y'all send them hearts up for our girl Talaia.
Yes.
It's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
You know she's accepting gifts. And what's your cash app?
What's that cash app?
Send that cash app.
TALAIA.
I'm about to send you $1 right now.
Look, hey, if 100 people send me $1,
that's $100.
Well, you only get $1 from me because that's
but you're starting it though.
Hey, so make sure y'all send our girl something to her cash app, man. Look out for her. It's her 21st birthday. She's doing big things. You know, she's a beautiful young lady making it happen. She could be doing so many other things, but instead she's doing positive things. So show some love for our girl and definitely send up them happy birthdays.
Well,
LA.
hold on, I can't hear with these headphones.
LA.
We gonna all send $1.
You know, I gotta look at my phone like this. What you say?
We gonna all send $1 right now.
Let me see if my cash at work. I'm still waiting on my stimulus.
No, you got that good unemployment. You got it.
Hey, TALAIA. Talaia.
It's just got an extra A at the end.
Okay, because it's not Talaia Holmes. Okay.
It's about to get somebody else birthday money.
I put it in the comments so they can.
Yes.
Her phone can be ringing all day.
Ring. That's my camera at my front door.
Yes, so happy birthday. So you made it right on time because we were just about to get into trending topics. And then,
I was trying.
Yes, you're here now. Happy birthday. So that's the most trending topic today is that it's Talaia's birthday. But we got some other topics that we want to get into definitely. What was you looking at, Shae? Because I got to pull mine up real quick.
Well, in some local news, a Toledo diner cannot find workers.
Wow,
so
really?
Anybody is hiring. Yes, Scott and Tammy Super. They are owner of 3 Mayberry Diners locations across the Toledo area. They say after posting on every platform, he has not received not one application.
Wow.
They said even though that the
offer a sign-on bonus or something.
Listen,
you want to add? Better up that hourly pay.
When we forward you an app, they said a help us wanted. They say even though that the curfew has been lifted, they do not want to stay open past 2 because they don't even have enough people to work. So, anybody out there?
That's a good plug.
Wow.
Who is that?
Their name is, hold on, let me go back to
it. Good job.
Scott and Tammy Super. They own the Mayberry Diners.
The Mayberry Diners. So you guys look that up. Look it up on social media.
And they have owned the Mayberry Diner for 20 years.
Wow.
So they said the pandemic has definitely made it challenging for them to be able to get back from the recession.
And they have more than one location in Toledo, so that means they've been a staple in this community for a long time. So guys,
people that was working for 20 years, they're like, I ain't on that no more.
Maybe with COVID, I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Sometimes people get unemployment and they just like, okay.
Yeah, because especially with COVID and the PUA money, that extra people are
getting
extra
more money.
I'm not about to go to work. I'm making $600 a month.
Right.
I mean, a week.
Sorry. A week.
Yeah, people were seeing more money than they had seen probably ever.
Yeah,
some people,
so they forget that.
Yeah, but so yes, if you are in need of employment and you're looking for a job and you're not scared to get your hands dirty, hey, go holler at them. Get you a job.
Some young kids, you know, some
if you got teenagers,
send your kids, send the kids out there.
Absolutely.
So, most definitely.
I got a local story.
Oh, what you got?
So this is my friend. I went to school with this girl.
Okay. better though.
Because she used to be so sweet and innocent, but apparently over the weekend she got charged with allegedly stabbing her ex-boyfriend.
Wow.
What? Yeah.
Well, we all
but
as
he's
ladies
expected
know
to
that
survive, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, prayers to him. We hope he definitely survives.
That's the only thing that's good.
I mean,
but she's gonna be looking at some time. She's gonna be getting in trouble.
Yeah.
She's in trouble.
I mean, you got to think there's a lot of women who are in jail right now due to things having to do with a man. You know,
that's where I've been there before. And I ain't stabbed nobody.
You been in jail for a man? You took a case?
They let me out.
You took a case?
What they let you out for?
What you was in there for?
Fighting.
Fighting who?
Over a man?
No.
What did it have to do with a man?
You're fighting the man.
Fighting each other.
Oh, gotcha.
He got to the phone first. That Mike F. joke.
He called the police on you? Wow.
I had to go out.
He called the people on you.
They let me out though. They let me out though.
He called the people on you.
I had somebody call the people on me too.
Did y'all live together?
Exes.
Yeah.
So he was chilling at home, like, I'm about to.
No, I wasn't chilling. Wasn't nobody chilling in that mug.
I'm saying he was chilling at home while you was in jail, like rocking.
No, he was picking up his clothes up and down the street.
I got the people called on me too.
Listen, I ain't the only one, so I don't care.
Bitches.
I'm free.
You know, talk about I stole his car.
Them little people always be trying to fight.
It's our car.
They always want some of the short people.
No, it's serious. The short ones always trying to fight.
Hey, what Lil Wayne said, he ain't got height, but he got heart.
Yeah, I know. You told me about that.
I didn't fight though. I just stole his car.
Oh,
see,
and
we all criminals.
But listen, it was both our car. We was just.
Oh, it's like really both of yours, but he kept it in his garage.
Yeah, and so I went and kindly took it upon myself to take it back.
What did Jay-Z do? Because y'all getting off the subject. I can't go there with y'all. What's the next topic?
Jay-Z did. We probably should have had parts of his cannabis brand. Shout out to Sean Carter. I didn't know that he had
weed man now?
I didn't know he had a.
Why you gonna ask me? Like, what do I look like I just smoke weed all day?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, okay, well, I haven't tried it though. But
Yeah, so he has a brand out.
I'll definitely be looking forward to trying it.
So, look, I'm cracking up. So shout out to him.
Yes.
Wait, where did it go? He was saying that he's trying to help make a change against the cannabis laws. They are very out of date and they are very cruel and punishing when it comes to the legal code. We still don't have proper regulations for texting and driving in Missouri, but if you stay at home smoking weed, that can get you locked up. Jay-Z said he created this campaign to amplify the voices of those who have been penalized for the very same thing, and that's what his team are working on. That because it's legal in some of these places. So
you know what I love about that is that how he's saying not only is he like looking into, he could just be saying, I want to invest in the cannabis industry because it's $1 billion industry. You know, I just want to get some money. Right. But it's like it's deeper than that. He wants to actually get into trying to switch around this legislation because it is so important.
But that whole industry deep, like they make you think like just because weed is legal in certain spots, you can go be a grower and do your own thing. But you got to jump through so many loops
it's
and get so many approvals and stuff.
Yep.
To do that, it's like crazy.
And then the crazy part about it is while they're doing that, they're now wanting to create places where people can go like shoot heroin safely, quote unquote, and do drugs safely. Like instead of just legalizing weed and getting people to maybe smoke a little bit of weed, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why people are going to these hardcore drugs, you know what I mean? And then you got people who are now really trying to start programs. There was a guy, a doctor, who was just on the Breakfast Club. It was the day I took Bria to school for her first day of school, last Friday. Yeah, he's trying to create a safe place where people can go shoot heroin.
Wow.
But he said, because he said he uses it and he said he uses it responsibly.
He's a doctor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saying that he uses it?
Time out. Ain't no doctor finna operate on me.
No, he's not that kind of doctor.
He's not advocating for it.
He's not that kind of doctor.
He said that's what he does.
I had to clarify that one.
He not saying.
But I'm saying he used the drugs and he's a doctor.
But it's kind of contradictory because
he's not
you're
a medical, like a surgeon.
So what kind of doctor is he?
Like a psychiatrist.
Yeah, like a psychologist.
And that's legal? That's okay?
No.
Ain't no doctor gonna tell me that I need to change the way I'm thinking or anything like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how is that okay?
He wasn't trying to change nobody's mind.
I know.
He's just basically saying his stance on it is that he wants to create a safe place where people can do drugs.
I get that part, but you're saying he uses it too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm throwing on.
Shae, he uses it responsibly. What? He says if you're going to use it,
that's what he said. He likes the drug. He likes the effects of it, and he uses it. That's
but
what
how is he even
He's-
still in practice?
I don't know.
Well, because he uses it out of the country.
So they don't
Like,
give drug tests?
He don't use it. He doesn't use it.
Well, you know, a lot of those drugs, they don't stay in
Who's
your
gonna test
system
him?
long.
Shit is that?
Who's going to test him?
A lot of the drugs don't
he
stay
has
in
his
your
own
system long.
practice.
Oh, yeah.
He has his own practice. Like, who's going to test him? So one thing.
You gonna check me, boo?
Look, wait a minute.
Basically.
One thing is he actually got off Percocets for 3 weeks. He said.
Yeah, he said that.
And went through withdrawals so he can see
what it felt like.
See what
That's
it felt
what he
like.
said. He said he wanted to see what it
when
felt
he
like.
talks to his clients on the recovery process.
He wanted to be able to
He's
say
a very
he could really
interesting
relate.
doctor.
You gonna go see him?
Clearly.
No, Charlamagne was actually getting into him, like grilling him real hard.
Yeah, and DJ Envy was not here for it.
Yeah.
DJ Envy was like, no,
I'm
he
not
is
here for
out
that
here.
either.
You know, he wasn't here for it. And I'm not here for it either, because at the end of the day,
Hell
you
no.
claim you're not advocating for it, but that's what you're doing. You're
Yeah.
advocating for a place for people to come use drugs.
It don't make me want to come go use heroin with.
No, but you're not a heroin addict.
I mean,
That's just we're talking about heroin addicts.
But that's what he's reaching out to.
Yeah, he's trying to make
crazy. But
that's what he's saying. That like he's trying to make them feel comfortable. Like anybody who doesn't use heroin probably don't care what.
Right.
But we concerned about the people who actually use heroin.
I'm concerned
and he making
about
it
him
think it's
using it.
okay.
Oh, God.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
me either. That's crazy.
Yeah, you know, everybody
I
has
feel
their
like the
different.
only drug that's okay is weed because it's just like statistically, it's so many things that it helps medically wise.
Yeah,
I seen a little girl that was 12 years old that was having seizures and they had her on Good Morning America.
But at the end of the day, that's why it's a medication, and that's why they don't want to legalize it because it's going to put a lot of other medications that people are paying billions of
And
dollars
it's
for
affecting their bodies and stuff.
But do you understand that all these drugs that at one point in time they were all legal?
Yeah.
Like all these drugs that are considered drugs at one point in time, they were all legal and they were given out at pharmacies. Like you can go to the corner Rite Aid and get some opiates or some heroin.
Yeah. Didn't they say Coca-Cola was made with real coke?
You have a cocaine soap.
Heroin was actually in Bayer aspirin.
What?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Up until like the early 70s or something.
That's deep. Yeah,
That
they've
is
been trying to get
crazy.
us from the very beginning.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
They get you hooked, then make it illegal, and then put it in the streets, and then you go to jail for
Then you
using it.
fiending.
It's a system.
Then it's then they add
It's an agenda.
mayonnaise.
They out to get us.
They are.
They ain't getting me. I'm staying in the closet.
Good morning, Toledo. You
Yeah.
do your drugs in the closet. Keep it
No,
in the
not
closet.
me. Yeah.
Don't check her closet.
Well, Tory Lanez, he's
Oh God, he's losing his hair.
No,
Oh my God.
No, he's actually supplying victims in Texas with water from his own water brand. So he's, instead of going and, like say donating or buying a bunch of water from another brand, he's created his own water brand.
What's it called?
And
umbrellas or something like that.
Hair loss.
Okay, umbrella water.
Hair loss.
Stop it. Y'all better stop. He's creating, it's an alkaline water at that, and it's called umbrella water. Thank you, Talaia. The first thing he's going to do is go to Texas and deliver a whole bunch of cases to the people in need. He said, y'all ain't got water, I'll make it and bring it. Shout out to him. That's dope. That's really dope.
Water.
Right.
Got that whip game going on that water.
His wrist proper.
With the new initiative underway, he's basically trying to get more into giving back and philanthropy and wants to just be able to give back. So, shout out to him for that.
Trying to change
So
the
whatever
image
happened to that
after him
case
and
with him?
Megan.
I was going to say, did that ever just get dismissed or is they still?
I don't know.
I believe it was set up. Last I knew, the court date was set up for last month.
I was wondering what was that with that.
Who knows? I know they were just talking about it, that he was trying to get the same right as Megan to talk about it freely.
I remember that. That's the
but
last
the
thing I
judge
heard.
denied it.
That's crazy.
Wow. Okay, well, our boy Ice Cube, he's been making some statements. He's come out and said that Warner Brothers is holding the Friday sequels back. They do not want to put the sequels out. Basically, the next installment, I don't know if it was going to be the last, but the next installment that's supposed to be called Last Friday was supposed to come, it was greenlit in 2017. So basically it was like approved. They had, set to get underway, but then John Witherspoon and Tommy Lister, I guess, both passed. So now Ice Cube is taking aim at Warner Brothers and saying that they are the reason why there's no more Friday movies being made, that they are basically put a halt to it. They're refusing to make any more sequels. They have hijacked the happiness of the culture, Ice Cube posted.
So they won't give him his rights.
Yep. According to Warner Brothers, he has no interest. According to Warner Brothers, they have no interest in expanding the Friday franchise, and Ice Cube has grown really frustrated with it.
Stuff and that's like taking your stuff,
and they will not release the rights, and that's some BS. Like, if you don't want to do nothing with it, give him his stuff. Like,
especially when you had already made that announcement. Like, I remember back in 2017, everybody was so hyped over that.
Yeah, like I could see if they made the announcement and it was like mute, but everybody's waiting on it. Fans are waiting on this, and they're basically holding on to it, and they will not give up the rights. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
But how good do you think it was going to be, though? Like,
I mean, I hope it would be gone.
I didn't think it would have really been.
I was worried about it at first, but then when you look at Ice Cube's last few movies that he did with Ride Along with Kevin Hart, and then he did the when he was a school teacher and he got in a fight.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Ice Cube was in it.
Yeah. I think that I was feeling like, okay, yeah, the greats aren't gonna be in it, but I just feel like he's not gonna put something out there if he ain't got, you know what I mean? Like he's coming with something. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not.
But ain't nothing like the classic.
Oh, for sure.
Ain't nothing like the classic.
I mean,
that'll
always
be
the best.
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
that one with Ricky Smiley. Oh, that's trash.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I'm not.
The more that they started happening, I didn't like them, so that's why I was like, I wasn't excited.
That's Friday After Next.
Friday After Next. I didn't like that one either.
Ricky Smiley was in it?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't like that.
He was the
Santa Claus?
crackhead Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Leah.
I never knew that.
She just playing, y'all.
No, I never realized that.
But I had that one too.
No, I never realized that.
That's why I wasn't excited about it.
She just playing.
That's why I wasn't excited about it.
We all know about Friday. Oh, shit. You just playing, right?
Okay, so there's a story that I don't think too many people are gonna like, and obviously he's nobody. There's a lot of people who aren't feeling it because he's getting a lot of backlash. NBA star Patrick Patterson, who's married to a white woman, refers to black women as bulldogs. Ooh, he's in hot water after he responded to a fan on Instagram who said basically the fan suggested that he wouldn't have a chance with his wife if he wasn't with his white wife if he wasn't in the NBA. He responded by calling black women bulldogs, to which he later apologized to. It started with him posting a picture of him and his wife. He wished her a happy anniversary, and then the fan replied basically that if he worked at Walmart, his wife would have never even messed with him. And he said, so what? I should settle for a bulldog and act like I'm happy with my life and preach, keep it in your race to the world, as if Dr. King didn't fight or die for equality, acceptance, all cultures loving one another, and no hate. No thanks. Continued the 30-year-old basketball player. Maybe your life, but I don't want that for mine or my family. Color doesn't matter. Wake up is what he says.
I mean, that's fine and everything, but you ain't got to disrespect us in the midst of it.
I mean, you know, this has become such a regular thing. I don't know what it is about men and what they have against black women,
especially
but
black
they
men,
came
like,
from a black woman.
You was birthed by a black woman. So imagine somebody saying that to your mama though. You wouldn't like that.
I mean, he's saying it about his mama. Like,
hold on, I'm just saying, like, I ain't gonna get all deep into it, but I'm gonna speak up for the black men and just say it's hard sometimes to deal with a black woman.
Oh, it's hard to deal with y'all too.
I'm not saying it's not, but y'all putting your foot on our necks, and it's hard. I know a lot of guys get in the comments right now and agree with me that it can be very, very hard. Because I don't want to give up on my black women, but it can be very, very hard.
I've never had any trouble like with women like treating
and I don't want to give,
because it's what you pick too. If that's what you pick, that's what you attract.
I've never had.
And if you do feel like you're not getting what you need or deserve, you're gonna walk away.
But sometimes,
no matter what race it is,
sometimes you don't make a choice because of some things you see. So you did make
that choice to pick that person.
I'm not saying a certain person. I'm saying I could see a black woman that I like, but because the way she acts, it's hard for me to want to deal with that.
We agree.
So that's with anybody.
It's an equal distribution.
Yeah. I just spoke up because y'all was being one-sided at the time.
No, we wasn't. We defended ourselves.
I agree with you, Clyde.
Yeah,
we agree with you.
It's definitely both, on both sides. I mean, there's black women who, put down the black men. There's black men who put down the black women. But the reason why I was pointing that out is because it seems like we're in a day and age where everybody's against us. We once only had to battle. We once only had to battle with women. Now we're battling with men. We have men hating on us for no reason. You know what I mean? It's crazy to me.
I'm with you what you're saying, but I'm just saying this.
We got a caller. Yes, this is a controversial topic.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. You've reached the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show. You're on the line with Leah, Renee, Shae, Talaia, Clyde, Green, and Jay. Who do we got?
Good morning, Grinder.
Good morning.
Hey, Tom.
I just had to get in on the trendy topic.
Yes, what are your thoughts?
It is, in a sense, it is hard out here for black men. I think we as black women have to understand our struggle because it's a generational curse back to slavery. You got to remember, it's a crab-like mentality is what I feel. All us black people are in that bucket.
Yeah.
And we have to understand it's hard for both of us. Our men get dragged down and our women get beat down too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You are right. You are right, Mama. I agree. And, like Harold said, we can't make it a one-sided thing because for some reason, I even had a show on this on Real Table Talk, an episode about why are we such at odds with each other? Like, why are we, why? Yeah. Like, why can't we,
Exactly.
It's horrible, you know? So,
it was a system how it set it up.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, though.
Sure.
And it really trickled down and go back to slavery to things that was just implanted in our culture.
Yeah.
For sure.
Our families being broken up, men having to take care. Niggas been taking care of these kids for years, like since the beginning. Like the master broke the household up, and now I got to go take care of my homeboy kids because he had another plantation. Yeah.
We don't have empathy for our people anymore. There's no empathy. That's what it is.
Exactly.
There's no empathy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
My two cents, enjoy the show, ladies. I'm going to enjoy it.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Call tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean it is true. You're right though.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it like it's just about the black men, but I just feel I guess for us women, we felt like at one point it wasn't that way. Like we had strong men that we could depend on.
We was trying, and then we keep getting broke down. The system keep breaking us down.
Yeah.
Like we had a whole city in Tulsa. We had a whole independent city in Tulsa that was burned down because people hated us.
Yeah.
For living our lives. Like that can fuck with you. Excuse my language today, but that can fuck with you.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, I mean it's rough because we see it on both sides. I mean I've seen men say, oh well women they don't have to deal with we have to go out and deal with this and the white man, and no, women have to deal with it too.
Exactly.
Like we have to
on
go
top of taking care of kids
on top of dealing with the kids and the household and the man and whatever, and then we still have
it's easier for the man to run away from the responsibilities and up and leave us to be left.
But like y'all said, in this day and age, it can be easier for the woman up and run away too. So
that's true. It's a lot of women ran up and running away nowadays.
As people,
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. We gotta be in your skin.
I thought it was Leah's birthday.
Now let's start over. Okay. 5, 6, 7. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Hey, it's what we do this is what we do for our people here on the Rise and Grind Morning Show. It's our girl's birthday, as we said a little while ago.
Thank
so
y'all.
I have my niece.
Y'all so much.
We
I thought you were gonna give her a hug.
Oh, we had my niece go out and get the balloons and the cake because we want you to know that we appreciate you here. We appreciate what you do here, and we salute you for doing all the things you're doing at a young age, doing positive things, and we love you here at the 419. So
you like our little sister that get on our nerves.
Yeah. Gotta whip you in the shade every now and again, but we love you.
All say the same thing.
It's all love.
It's all love. Yeah, I feel you, Myron. I would never leave my kids too, but there are, it's happening. It's happening out here, and like Clyde said, it's not just the men no more. It's women getting up now, leaving, walking out, being deadbeats. So we ain't gonna put it just on the men. It's a lot of men who are out here now being single fathers, standing by their kids, doing.
And we salute y'all for sure.
And I salute y'all. And I just want to say, this isn't, this is nothing to put down our men. We love our black men, and we love our black queens, and we just think that
I don't like white boys. I'm sorry.
We just have to all come together, and that's it. We have to be more loving. We have to love on each other more. And quit being so judgmental and so hateful. We all got our issues. We all got our demons, and we all are dealing with struggles. So we cannot you got to stop looking and pointing the finger and start looking in the mirror and pointing it back at yourself.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror, like Michael Jackson said.
So I think, things will start to get better if we can all do that. If people could just
can't we all just get along?
Yeah, can't we just all get along?
Reach out and touch.
Oh no.
Somebody. Y'all know y'all love my singing.
Oh.
So,
Talaia, where would we
Talea,
be without it?
Thank you.
it's your birthday.
What's your plans? It's Toxic
Yeah, what are your
Tuesday.
plans? What are your plans for your birthday?
Tuesday,
You
but
can get
unfortunately,
in.
I got work.
Oh, you want us to call you off?
Yeah, somebody call me off.
All right, don't say your job. Don't say your job, but we'll call off. They're gonna be like, we watched you this morning. You playing this?
They love me there.
It's an emergency.
Hey, that's funny though, because I was just there yesterday after the show and somebody had walked in and I'm greeting them because I'm a cashier now. So I was standing right by the door. I'm like, oh, hello, or whatever. And he was like, hey. And then he goes, wait a minute, aren't you on the 419 grind?
Hey.
I was like,
Oh, really?
That make us feel popular, huh?
He was like, yeah, I'll be watching it. I was like, oh, thank you.
That's what's up.
Yes. That's what's up. We feel famous. Wait, what y'all laughing about?
Nothing. We just over here trying to communicate like subtly, but clearly it's not working.
Do we need to go on a quick break?
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. The bills is due. We got to pay some bills, so we want to say shout out to our sponsors: Essential Vibes, Toledo, Mud City ENT, Greater New Psalmist Church, J. Rush Jennings, and Lance Self, the People Salesman. We're gonna take a quick break. We got more coming up, so keep it locked right here.
Don't go nowhere.
Experience going to a dealership, I had bad credit, and the salesman made me feel horrible. I don't ever want you to have that feeling nor that experience. I guess that's why for the past 9 years they call me the people salesman. Good credit or bad credit, it does not matter to me. No matter your situation, if there's a way to get what you want done, I promise you, I will do everything I can to find it. So please be sure to stop and see me today at your people salesman.
Ohio wanna rise, and you don't want no problem with us guys. Ohio wanna rise, yeah, look. Name a better duo, ain't no niggas you know. I came from the heavens, parked the car on Pluto. The Audemars Hublot, pockets fat as sumo. Women on me, you know, they wanna do the you know. I'm not the number 2, I'm the numero uno. When me and Fi together, the conflict is crucial. The diamonds is fuchsia. My cousin is shooter. The other one a scammer. Another one a booster. I like them dark, full of melanin. I'm a fix, she my medicine. Her ass shake like it's gelatin. The plug called, he bout the melanin. Your man called, he bout to tell again. They got him preaching like the reverend now. This local shit is irrelevant.
Serious, it's like a heart attack. I gotta go. My heart's not attached. I let her go. She keep running back, right back. Hate to see her leave.
wake up. You are now listening to the Rise and Grind Morning Show, presented by 419 The Grind.
I heard a little something.
Welcome back. You are tuned into the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show with Leah, Renee, Shae, K, Clyde, Green, Jay, and Talaia. And we have our special guest in the building. It's our girl Danielle Edwards.
Hey. Good morning.
Author of the book ABBA. I love it. That's a very different name. But before we get into that and how you came up with that name, first tell the listeners and the viewers who you are, where you come from, where you were raised, what high school you went to.
And what's your zodiac sign?
And what's my zodiac sign?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, my name is Danielle Edwards. I attended Jessup W. Scott High School. Graduated class of 1995 all the way live.
Hey.
I am the daughter of Very Lawan Edwards and Pastors Kevin and Jerry Brown.
Wow.
My zodiac sign is Aries.
Hey. When's your birthday?
4/9/1977.
Mine's 4/13. Yes, girl. Aries Nation. So you went to Scott. You came out in 95. What did you do when you came out of high school?
I went to Kentucky State University.
Wow, that's amazing. What'd you major in?
Mass communications.
What is communications?
Hey.
Communications. Aries, we're both communications majors. I love it. So what year did you come out of college?
Well, I have not completed. I have less than a year to complete.
Oh, hey,
but
that's still a great thing.
An instructional and advanced cosmetologist.
Awesome. So you came out. What year did you stop, going to college and decided you want to get into cosmetology?
97.
Okay, awesome. So you went and got your cosmetology license.
What school did you go to?
Yeah.
I finished in Creative Images in Centerville, Ohio.
Okay,
I went to Paul Mitchell.
Mm-hmm. It's a good school. Yeah. Great products as well.
I have a niece in Paul Mitchell right now. Yep. So
Me too.
yeah, shout out to all the cosmetologists.
Hey.
You do too?
I got a niece in Paul Mitchell. She's frustrated.
So yeah.
I told him call into the morning, so I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So you've been a cosmetologist now that's a long
2003.
Yeah, that's a great career.
Licensed.
So what made you want to get into cosmetology? When did you decide, this college thing really isn't for me? I want to go and do.
Well, sometimes when you're growing up, you got to do your own hair.
Yeah. Right.
But I just naturally found out that I had a knack for it after friends asked me, can you do this and can you do that? So during school, going to college, I said, I need to be able to make some money.
Right.
And I said, well, if I can go to a college in a small town, I could really make some money.
Right.
So that was my reasoning for doing it, because I had a child in 1997. Yeah. So I had to,
Grind.
And improvise.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. So then what was that like trying to, you became a mother? Was it unexpected or did you plan it?
It was unexpected,
unexpectedly became a mom. How old were you at the time?
I had her when I was 19.
Okay. So young age, got pregnant. How did you handle, trying to find your way in life, become, trying to figure out what you want to do and being a mom at the same time?
Yeah. Well, I always knew what I wanted to do, but I did have a great support system. My parents was always there. My family was always there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
that
we had everything. Yeah, we had everything we needed.
Oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes a difference.
That's what's up.
Now, what did you want to do when you went in for communication? What did you ultimately want to do?
Ultimately, I wanted to be on TV.
Okay.
Wow.
It didn't matter.
That's the Aries in us.
Standing in front of the camera just on TV?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like reality
doing
or just
I actually wanted to act.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to know everything about what I was going into. Absolutely. And that's why I have the cosmetology license. I do have a massage therapy diploma.
Wow.
I am into herbs, so
you do
I feel like the whole wellness. Right? Yeah.
Okay, I love it.
Same. That's what I love about
So
that.
what's your vision behind that? Like, what type of experience do you like to give your clients? I mean, you're saying it's not just about hair.
Well, when I'm servicing my clients, I like to teach them about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I like to explain myself and tell them, what the results would be, why am I doing this, and if you're explaining something to someone, and they might come back to you instead of just being so busy while they're in your chair and you're not talking to them about things that they really can use once they leave the salon.
Yeah. What's the name of the salon you work at?
I'm at Tenor's, which is my sister's.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to sis.
Oh.
Okay.
Plug in right there.
Yeah. Introduce your sister, and then you can talk about how you. So it's your stuff spot.
It is.
So how did you start it and open it up?
Well, we opened it up in a pandemic. Imagine that.
Hey. I love it.
But I'm 20 years in the game, so It was just a matter of time.
I was about to say you 20 years old.
Well, you know, not for real, but 20 years servicing clients.
Amazing.
I kind of followed in my sister's footsteps. She's my older sister. We wanted to do it. We felt good about it. We had a clientele base, so we did it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it. And what I like hearing you say is how you talk about it. You know, we're not just gonna sit in here and gossip all through your appointment.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give you some education. I'm gonna teach you about hair care, about health and wellness, and it's not just about hair care. You know, so I love that because you know it's a stigma with salons, and you know that all they do is sit up in there and gossip. So that's a great thing.
Y'all do. No.
It's a great
Depending on who the client is, we do.
It's a great thing that you are, teaching and educating, your clients about health and wellness because it's so important.
It is.
Yeah. So you then decided you wanted to write a book.
Well, the book has been in the making since my mother passed away.
Wow.
So
Okay.
since
So
2012.
I'm sorry. Oh wow. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry about that.
Let's talk about the book.
I'm sorry.
She's.
What you say?
So you lost your mother in 2012.
Well,
and that's what inspired you to write a book?
Yes.
Okay. And so when you first started thinking like I want to write a book, was it more like you were just journaling because of the pain that you were dealing with inside, or like how did it start?
Well, the book is consisted of constant journaling. So I am telling my mother's life and my life and what we experienced through the years and where I had to get to a place to find forgiveness.
Yes. How did you come up with the name?
Life After Forgiveness.
Is
because
that what
I knew
Abba
that.
means?
That's what that means.
Abba means father.
Okay.
Father God. Or father.
Okay.
I believe in God.
Yes.
So I believe that we all have
Me
a
too.
father.
Right.
But I also had a natural father that helped me along the way.
Okay.
He installed having a personal relationship with God. And that is one of the reasons why I named it Abba. So I could let people know that you have to have a constant relationship.
Yes.
We're going to go through life. But if you know who you are and whose you are, it might make it a little bit more easier.
Yes, it might give you a little bit of cushion.
For sure.
Yeah.
That little bit of hope.
And that is a big thing for people because I think, people think, believing in God or having some sort of spirituality means that you have to be this Bible thumping person. And that's not what it's about. It's about just knowing, like you said, who you are and whose you are.
Absolutely.
Because when you know that you're God's child, you know what I mean? Nothing can stop you. You're going to definitely deal with struggles. You're going to definitely deal with tests. And that's only because he's testing your faith. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I like that. I love the idea behind that.
And also, as well, I have a favorite artist out there. His name is Leon Timbo. And he has a song called Abba. And when the song came out, I actually dedicated that song and danced to that song with liturgical dance and dedicated it to my father on New Year's. So it's kind of like we had a connection with that song.
Yeah,
So,
that's powerful.
I got a question. So the book is not only about your mother passing, but it's about a life-changing experience with your mom. Is that something you want to talk about?
Not only just a life-changing experience with my mother, but all the things that I went through from I would say from childhood all the way up to this point.
And you telling it like your mother's life is flashing.
It's from her point of view.
Right.
It's from her point of view.
Kind of the trip to Chicago and everything, the beginning in the book. Talk about that a little bit.
Okay. We had a Bible class. There's a convention with like every other church.
And how old was you
once a
at this
year.
time?
I was about 5 years old.
Okay. So you got a vivid memory because you was real vivid telling the story in this book.
Yes.
So, okay.
So we went to the convention and she asked one of my best friends to keep an eye on me. And, adults, they go do their thing. They're going to go to the bar or whatever else. And when she came back, she just wasn't the same.
Okay.
So what ended up happening was along the years and shortly after, I realized that she had been drugged. She was Mickey'd.
Okay.
And had a chemical imbalance.
Okay.
So I experienced seeing my mother go through a lot of things, going to a mental hospital, us losing our apartment, a little physical abuse, but
I had to cut you off, but just the simple fact, we know each other. We grew up together.
Yes.
And when I read this book, I knew nothing about this. And I've been knowing you for a long time, right? You know you for a long time, right?
Forever, ever.
And I knew nothing about this. So, how was you feeling? Like,
And why didn't he know?
Oh,
Well, you know, some things when you're going through something, you just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, as a only child at that time,
Right.
I just was observing. You know, who could I tell? Who was I gonna tell?
Right, who would believe you?
Well, I mean,
Who would
family members
understand
would
what you're
believe me
going
because
through?
my grandmother actually warned my mother. You know,
Okay.
this wasn't his first attempt or.
Well, so you really didn't finish getting into it. I'm sorry. So you gotta
This wasn't his first attempt.
Yeah.
So when you say his, there was a person that you guys knew who
My
had,
grandfather.
who had drugged your
Mickey,
mother?
my mother,
What?
and sexually abused her.
Wow.
Oh my God. So I thought you were saying, like, when you were talking about the convention or whatever, she had left to go, you know, to a bar or something and had been Mickey'd while she was at the bar. And then when she came back, she was no longer the same.
Well, the bar was downstairs in the
where-
hotel.
And her father was there as well.
Yes.
And he was the one that did
He's a
it.
priest in the ministry.
Was she coerced into
That
doing
is
that?
deep.
Like, did he coerced her into doing that? Like, made her feel comfortable?
Well, I mean, I wasn't actually
Right,
in the
you were-
room.
Okay, so yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
So I can only imagine
Right.
how it happened.
Well, I mean, it's very simple. You take a drink from someone you trust. You know what I mean? It's, hey,
Absolutely.
here's a drink. Have a
Right,
drink.
right.
If I bring you a drink, are you gonna be like, Leah, what's in here? You know what I mean?
I
Right, Leah.
Whatever. You gonna take the drink.
I get what you're saying. I
So
totally get what you're saying,
probably.
though.
So, wow, that's
Especially
deep.
being her father. Like,
Yeah, you
that's
don't
crazy.
Yeah. So that happened, and then she was just never the same after that.
She wasn't never the same. I
Now, how
kind of
did you
feel
guys
like she
know
lived
that
in
it was the
denial.
father?
Well, living with her, I constantly saw the visits. So that's
So it
what
was
the
just-
chapter in the visits was talking about.
Right.
I
Visits,
constantly
yeah.
seen him, and I seen things as a child that just wasn't right.
That's
Right.
I remember being 3 years old and saying, I don't feel comfy though. Like I was
Right,
trying to
I
stay
read that.
comfortable,
Right.
but I never really cared for him. And until right before 2020 came in, you know, I carried that with me.
Yeah.
So that affected my relationships,
Yeah.
you know, with males.
Absolutely.
It affected my relationships with my children because I felt like I didn't get what I needed. You know, as a mother, you took her away from me at this early age, so it was a challenge for me.
And even when we was younger, we would always be like, Danielle, she always be off to her own self sometimes, like a little missionary or something. Like, for real though, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm understanding why.
No, I don't think we have that.
Now I'm understanding why we're doing the story. I can understand
He must have been
why.
tings that the whole time.
Yeah. Was your mom?
Y'all better get off me.
Was your mom, you know, kind of this as you were going through this process of writing the book, you know, journaling, you know, deciding I want to actually publish this and make it a book? Was she? How did she handle that? Like, what were her thoughts? What was she saying? How did she feel after the book came out and she read it? Like, has there been conversations?
Well, she died in 2012.
Oh, you said that already. Duh. Okay, so did she know though before she died that you were like writing these journals
No.
or that you were working on a book?
She knew that I wrote because
Okay.
we both have the same gifts in writing.
So she wasn't here to have to like kind
No.
of face that, you know,
No.
of like, okay,
and he's
gotcha.
not either.
Right,
He
right.
can't say
I was
anything
gonna
for
ask
himself. You
now,
know.
did you feel like, did you always know you kind of wanted to put this out and were you kind of waiting maybe until they weren't around no more? Or was it like...
Well, when I first decided to write the book, it was after she passed away, and then I ended up having an outpatient surgery, which landed me plugged into a wall for 6 months. So
you just start journaling.
Yeah. The more and more that I, you know, thought about this, I said I have to do it. You know, I
Yeah.
felt her presence. Like I need you to do this.
Oh,
it's
my.
for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we as people we go through things and we're not knowing our little story can really truly help someone else.
Oh, gosh.
So I mean, it was a long time in the making, but as far as getting it out there and I didn't make it very, very detailed because I want people to know that everybody goes through something in life.
Right.
It's a choice to forgive.
Yeah.
It's a choice to say, okay, I don't want to be that person,
Yes.
or I'm not going to be like
Absolutely.
you,
Yes.
and I'm not going to do my kids like this. So the whole point of it is pointing it back to God, because God is love. And if you cannot forgive, then you're living with that. You know, the forgiveness is for you, not necessarily for that person. So I just I'm really ecstatic that the fact that I did not allow him to go to his grave with that power over me because I forgave him.
Yeah.
I even showed up to his funeral.
Wow.
Sharp. as a toothpick.
Hello.
Because here's
What
my
else
face.
can you do?
I love my family because that had nothing to do with what he did.
Right.
And I still love my family. I wish you guys would come on and call in. Love you.
Come on, fam. Call in and talk to her. 419-540-3566.
Now, how was y'all relationship, you and your mother, as you got older before she passed away?
Well, because I knew what happened to her, I kind of felt like I had to love her from a distance. If she needed me, if I needed her, she was there. I kind of felt like she had a time where she was just in denial of that happening to her. I could never imagine because I'm a daddy's girl. I love my father.
Was she in denial before she started treatment? Or like after she went through her treatment? And
I feel like she was in denial before she started treatment.
What about after she came out? Because you said she accomplished some other things as well. But after her treatment, did she?
Well, I think she just stuck it in the back of her mind. Like, this is what happened to me, but this is who I am. So I'm going to continue to use the gifts and the knowledge that, God gave me.
Well, see, I was asking because I know because of her being slip-slop, she dealt with mental issues and had got help. So I was wondering, after she had got the help, did she acknowledge or show like some compassion or something for what happened? For the things you had to see? You never got that side?
No, I never got that. I never got that.
I
But
mean, like you're saying, she wasn't even in her right mind.
Right.
So it was times where she felt it seemed like she was herself, and then there was times where she wasn't. But because I knew what happened to her, I understood and I loved her, and I miss her so much. She was such a beautiful person inside and out.
Yeah. Talk about her dreams a little bit. She obviously became a mother. She dealt with some struggles in life, so maybe she didn't get to really fulfill the dreams she wanted. Did she share dreams with you? Is that part of your inspiration? Have you decided, I need to go on and create a legacy in her name?
Well, with it being happening so early, around 5 years old, no, we didn't sit down and have a conversation about this is my dream and this is how I'm going to get to it, and this can help you, get to your dreams. But she had a social degree. Associate's degree in criminal justice. She was highly intelligent. Amazing. She went on to invent some things, and unfortunately, I can't say what she invented at this time for legal reasons. But she is actually an inventor. And
that's huge.
Yeah, it is.
Like, everybody that knew her knew she was highly intelligent.
Yeah. That's it's one of the most, I guess, famous sayings that they say, the richest place in the world is the cemetery. So many people who have went on and didn't get a chance to, live their passions and fulfill their dreams. And
well, I will say this, there's a lot of inventors and Black inventors whose ideas were stolen from them, who didn't live long enough to receive their inheritance, and my mother was one of them.
It's funny that you said that. I was doing an assignment with my 8-year-old yesterday about Lewis Latimer, or is it Latimer Lewis? He was a Black man from way back in the days who basically he was the reason why Thomas Edison came out with the light bulb and Alexander Graham Bell came out with the telephone. Now I must just not have been paying attention like when I learned this back in my day.
No, they didn't teach us that.
I was like, this is crazy. Like, it's crazy that I'm 37 years old and I'm learning this by doing an assignment with my 8-year-old. There was a Black man who created the patents for these men to be inventors. He was an inventor. He was a skilled, I forgot what the term is, but basically he was a skilled with drawings and stuff, and draftsman. That's what they called it. And
he was an artist, or he like made blueprints.
No, he was actually made like blueprints, and he created the patents for them to be able to sell their things. So it's crazy. And like you said, your mom is one of them, and there's so many greats who went on and we didn't even get to learn about them and hear about them, and we're just now learning about them. But the great thing is that you now have come and you're building this legacy. You and your sister, you guys are together, building a legacy that is going to carry her name, forever.
Breaking that generational curse.
So and it's like,
that happened when I forgave him. I broke the generational curse when I forgave him.
Yes.
Now, okay. You talked about in the book finding love, and then that being taken away from you. Want to talk about that a little bit?
Okay, so Charles Woods, God rest his soul, he is the father of my oldest daughter. He passed away from a car accident in 2001. He was when the accident first happened, he was 70% brain damage, so he was a vegetable. That happened in March. He passed away in June, and I was distraught. And then I had moments where I was angry with him. How dare you be driving in these bad conditions, and you left me here to raise our daughter alone. And not only is she feeling it, I'm feeling what she's feeling it. So how fair is that? So I literally, I had to forgive him as well. And then I went through times, well, maybe I should have just said, okay, let's move to Columbus, thinking that it was my fault or it was something that I could have done to change the outcome of my daughter experiencing this. So
how old was your daughter at the time, if you don't mind me asking?
She was 4 years old when it happened.
So it's kind of like now your daughter's going through the experience of not having a parent like you
as well.
Exactly.
As well.
I feel that.
So that's how the generational curses happen. So if I was, if I would have known what I knew then, what I know now.
You always say that too. Like,
Right. I mean, it's true. And we never think, well, you're just saying that. But until you go through life.
2020.
Right, absolutely. So I would have done some things differently.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have went ahead and moved to Columbus instead of being scared to leave the 419 or leave the mud or whatever. Sometimes fear can hold you back. So the things that you go through in life create situations where you're either it's gonna be a positive experience or a negative experience. It all depends on how you look at it and how you choose to deal with it.
And even if it's negative, not take the lesson from it. Don't always kick yourself in the back because you made a mistake.
Self-condemnation is a mug.
I always say that our biggest enemy is our enemy.
Ourselves.
For
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah. We hold ourselves back from so much.
It's crazy sitting here listening to your story because you're an Aries, you're a communication major, you lost your daughter's father, and I've experienced all three of those things. I'm an Aries, I'm a communication major. Wow. I also lost my oldest daughter's father. He was murdered, and
sorry to hear that.
Thank you. She was only 8 months old at the time, and that shook my world because he was also my everything. I mean, I had found he was my everything. I thought we were gonna get married and that was it for me. I had my family and I grew up without my dad. So for me, I can remember those nights when he would come home from work at Ford. He worked for Ford, and he would come home, and my daughter wouldn't even go to sleep until he would get there, and I would watch them. I would watch him come in, take a shower, take her, and put her to sleep. And I just remember thanking God every single day, like, oh my God, my baby's gonna have a dad, and I didn't have that, and then he was taken. And so our lives were turned upside down, and
never know.
Never.
I mean, I spent times where I felt like I love this man more than I love God because of decisions that I was choosing to make.
That's scary.
It is absolutely, but it's the truth. But that's a part of life. Making decisions, getting to a point where what you're deciding to do is going to set you a front or behind, and so. The chapters goes on, but just talking about how the people that I loved, and I dedicated it to my angels. So the book is dedicated to my mother, to my grandmother, to my cousin Demetria Hibbler, and to Charles, because I learned my biggest lessons in life with them. And I miss them all. But looking back on what I went through in these relationships with each individuals, it was just like, man. It was out of love. The relationships was based off of love, even though the experiences might have brought pain.
Yeah. Now, going through these types of things that you went through as a child and with your mother, and dealing with the loss of your mother and your father, and just having to work through forgiving him. Did you seek therapy? Do you get therapy, or is that something that you don't believe in?
No, I do believe in therapy. Therapy is good. I do. I wish I would have had counseling with what happened with my mother.
Yeah.
But I didn't. But I had prayer. I had a consistent father. He's still there. I had faith.
Shout out to Brother
I had
Brown.
purpose.
Pastor Brown, excuse me. Pastor Brown.
KB. So yeah, I had purpose. I had prayer. I had a village, where my mother lacked off at. Fortunately, my dad married a beautiful woman. She was spiritual. She's spiritual as well. She loves God and like an angel. You didn't know. She's been to the Grammys, So God provided, but what if I wouldn't have looked at it like that? What if I would have said, you not my mom?
Yeah.
And she spent 10 to 12 years of me saying, you not my mom, and me being spiteful towards her because I didn't get, because my mom is gone.
Right.
Well, she might have physically been there, but, you know.
Right.
And so I thank God for that, you know, God gave my dad a good woman as a wife. And like I said.
You had some sisters too with that,
yes,
right?
Absolutely. From being an only child to two beautiful sisters.
Right. Somebody
I have a beautiful family.
A blessing through the pain.
I really didn't do that. We'll leave that to Tori and Tana.
But she was fighting everybody for us. Y'all remember that? She ain't let nobody mess with her.
And I still will.
That's right. That's how you're supposed to hold it down. Yes.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes, it was beauty in the pain.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask you, Tana, as her sister, and you know, her coming out with this book, and you know, you being able to, this is your life too as well. Obviously, it's your mom, your life. You know, how did you deal with it coming out, and were you okay with it? And you know, how was the healing process for you guys going through it together as she put the book out?
Okay, so let's put it all in perspective. This was her mother. I'm the daughter of the lady that her dad married.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so we're stepsisters, but we don't say that.
Gotcha.
You know,
Sister.
Just right. God put us together. So I was 9 at the time.
Okay.
So I didn't really know this story until we were teenagers, or we were in our rooms, and she would talk just a little bit about it because she's always been kind of private, kind of sheltered. Because I'm sure it hurts.
Yeah.
But I would hope that when her and my sister and all 3 of us, you know, got together, that we would provide some type of healing.
Yeah.
So, and we just grew up and we didn't really know a lot about it.
Yeah.
But what we wanted to do was be there for her for when she wanted to her story. So I'm here to support her.
Yes.
I'm so excited for her book, for all her endeavors. She's such a beautiful sister.
I love it.
And you know, sometimes when you're going through situations like that, you just want support.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't need you to try to figure out why it happened or what can be done different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just give me a hug or give me some tissue.
Don't give me a hug.
Come on, Jesse.
Don't give you a hug.
So
You can give me a hug.
I'm like, in the pandemic or before the pandemic?
During, before, after.
Wow, Jesse.
That's terrible.
That's why we said you already told us you're an affectionate person.
You said what?
You already told us you're an affectionate person.
He definitely is. They just don't know.
Yes, he's trying to flex. He's trying
Tana,
to flex.
don't be trying.
I'm gonna tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Let me tell the truth. Tana's my god sister.
Yeah.
So
she get hugs.
She's my god sister. Danielle's my god sister. Tori's my god sister.
We all been knowing each other since about when? November 7th.
What time was it?
11 a.m.
Hey, this is the wrong person to argue with. You know how they be like, females don't delete text messages because they want to tell you what happened on such day at such time.
Jesse be having the time to date.
That's what the fuck Clyde be.
No, that's me. He got that from me.
The fact that his name is Clyde is tearing me up. I don't know Clyde.
He reinvented himself.
Tell him what you know me as.
Big Daddy. Big Daddy.
Right.
He was Big Daddy when we was kids.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
She came on and said it.
Who gave him
Go
that
ahead.
name?
It might have been a missionary at the church, but it might have been a missionary at the church, but we been calling him Big Daddy since we was kids.
Big Daddy.
Not the church.
Yeah.
Now you done fucked his head up. Now you done fucked his head
It
up.
was nothing. It was just.
It didn't have that connotation to it though.
No. We all had nicknames. What's my name?
What was your name?
Cheese-ish.
What?
Yeah. I mean, it
That's
wouldn't
like
make
four
sense.
nicknames.
We couldn't tell it all because it wouldn't make sense.
Right, it wouldn't make sense.
Y'all think we was in slow
She
class.
still call me that to this day. She don't.
Yeah.
So was he Big Daddy because he was eating all the leftovers?
Probably.
I had a big blue TD Jake suit. That's why I was born.
Oh gosh, we are having a great time. We hope you guys are having a great time, and we got much more coming up. We're going to take a quick break. We want to say shout out to our sponsors: Essential Vibes, Toledo, Mud City ENT, Greater New Psalmist Church, J. Rush Jennings, and Lance Self, the People Salesman. So make sure you guys keep it locked right here. We'll be coming back with more.
What's going on, everybody? This is Lance Self, is who I am.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And we are the Selfs, and here to present our show called Self-Explanatory.
Yes, it's our podcast
That name-
presented by 419 Grind.
That name just has a ring to it. Self-explanatory. I feel like we're about to just be explaining a bunch of shit. This is true. I feel that's what about to be?
Well, I think we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about marriage, of course.
Okay.
We've been married, 2 years now, right?
2 years, but been together for 8.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, my goodness. It's a long time.
Y'all gonna ask what took so long?
What did take? You know what? We'll get there.
Self-explanatory.
We're going to talk about blended families.
Yeah.
Praying for your spouse. Gender roles. Living with family members. Cheating. Raising kids. Family upbringing. Being there for your spouse. Finances. Being a wife and a husband. Trying to be together and be individuals at the same time, which is one of the things.
It took a while.
It's taken a while, but
it has
it's the
taken
fun
a while.
part. We're learning that.
That's what marriage is.
It's a process.
It's a life journey.
I like
it's not
that.
an overnight thing. Yeah, because I know there's a lot of days where I'm trying to be individual. I get on your nerves because of my individual ways. I can tell you one thing for damn sure though. Definitely get on my nerves. It'd be a lot. She definitely gets on my nerves, but I love her.
I get on your nerves?
Yes, it's possible. You do a lot. What's wrong? What's the problem? What's wrong? Hey. I am Lance Self.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And this is the Self-Explanatory Podcast, presented by 419 Grind.
Listen on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and wherever podcasts are heard. This is an exclusive interview with the 419grind.com.
Okay, so we here. You are here with the 419 Grind. It's your girl, Miss Leah Renee, and I'm here with my girl, Shae.
What's up, y'all?
Yes, and we're
boy
here.
Clyde.
Hey.
Yes, absolutely.
Y'all brought him?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm Clyde from the Grind in the Morning Show. You Clyde from Sprung.
I'm just playing.
So we are here representing the 419 Grind. Make sure you tune in every single morning for the Rise and Grind Morning Show, Monday through Friday. Hey, we got Joe Torre in the building.
Yes, the king of
the
the night.
king of comedy, okay? So, how did it feel coming to Toledo? You are in Mud City. How did it feel to be in Mud City performing? How was the energy?
You know what? Every time I come to Toledo, the energy is always warm. It feels like I'm at home.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's, Toledo's a real city to me.
Yes,
I have fun.
definitely.
I always hang out. I hate when I can't come here for a couple of days. Damn. They just threw somebody out.
Somebody got kicked out.
Loud as hell, huh?
Hey, they wasn't VIP.
No. But the love is like how I grew up. Like, I feel like feel like my cousins.
Yes.
Feel like I'm just coming home to to like kick it, and that's what I love because it ain't LA.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've definitely been in LA. It's a whole different vibe out here. This is the Midwest. It's Mud City, and we keep it real and authentic. So we appreciate you stopping through.
Yes.
Are you going to be here in the morning because you need to stop by the Rise and Grind Morning Show?
Most
Come have a seat.
I wish I could. What? You leaving? Come on, you know the weather coming up.
Yeah, that's why you got to stay a little longer.
Okay, so since you're not gonna be here in the morning, what you doing tonight? Where's the after party? Tell the people right now.
Tell the party.
Where's
Tell
that?
Tell people where you going.
Where we going? Want to give them that shout out?
Yes.
It ain't tomorrow, it ain't tonight, but we're gonna talk about it yesterday.
Plug. I like how you did that. I followed it.
Well, I need you to do one more thing before we go. You got to look in that camera and you got to tell them who's the #1 morning show in America.
If they don't know, it's the 419 Grind, baby.
Rise and Grind.
Tune in every Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 10 o'clock. You can see us, Leah Renee, Shae K, and Clyde Green, and Jay Cool.
Clyde.
Hey,
Clyde.
and it's our boy Joe Torre.
Thanks for watching this exclusive interview with the 419grind.com.
First experience going to a dealership, I had bad credit, and the salesman made me feel horrible. I don't ever want you to have that feeling nor that experience. I guess that's why for the past 9 years they call me the people salesman. Good credit or bad credit, it does not matter to me. No matter your situation, if there's a way to get what you want done, I promise you, I will do everything I can to find it. So please be sure to stop and see me today at Your People Salesman.
Wake up. You are now listening to the Rise and Grind Morning Show, presented by 419 The Grind.
Welcome back. You are tuned into the all-new Rise and Grind Morning Show with Miss Leah, Renee, Shae K, Clyde, Green, Jay, and Talaia. And we got our girl, Danielle Edwards, in the building, author of ABBA. And also she has her sister, Tana, over here with her. Can't forget about her. Yes, we've been having a really great conversation. We've been talking about the book. Definitely make sure, first of all, tell everybody where they can purchase the book.
Right now, it's on Amazon. You can buy it in format of ebook or paperback.
Absolutely, yes. And you can get it on Amazon. Don't even got to go to the store. Just order it right online.
It have it to you in 2 days.
Now,
you got that Prime, it's going to be one day.
Right, Jesse ordered some stuff, probably like, I ordered some stuff, I'm still waiting. This stuff, ordered like 3 new orders. I'm like, where my stuff at? He's like, you need to give it Prime.
Yeah, you got to get that Prime account.
I felt like I was at Aldi's or something. I'm sorry, none of these Aldi's. So you said the title of the book was based off a song of a composer you know. Are you trying to tell us about the song? Because we're trying to get it to play, but we have some technicals.
Well, ABBA is... It was last recorded by Leon Timbo and United Northern Lights.
Is that is it a gospel song?
Yeah, it is a gospel song.
Gospel or spiritual?
It's a gospel song. Okay, but he does both genres, and he's great at it. He's awesome. He's kind of like my mentor right now. But it's entitled ABBA. Right. But again, like the song had me in a place where I can look back and say it was God, right. And the lyrics is, I belong to you. You're more real than the air in my lungs. You're more real than, the ground that I'm standing on. So the song really touched my heart because of the words and just knowing that, man, if I didn't have my dad, where would I be?
Oh, I love it. I love how you did that. That was a nice segue.
Where would I be if I didn't have a father in heaven that could show me love, irregardless of what I'm going through in life? Or what if my dad decided not to ever love God the way that he loves God?
Yeah. Right.
He was the example, for me.
For a lot of us at church.
I mean, absolutely. Right. So it's just like, I have to give praise to God because
Amen.
He's the reason why.
Well, that's what's
so it's just when I heard the song, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna dance off of that song. And so I've been following him for the last like 10 years maybe. But it was that song that was like, okay, he got everything. He got the lyrics. He has the presence. And he brings the presence of God through his music.
That's it. Yeah.
If the presence ain't there, then I don't want it.
Period. Period.
Especially if you consider yourself a gospel artist, because we was born. Well, wasn't born in, but we was raised in that.
Right.
So we know when something is real and when something's not. Right. We know if it's just somebody just got a gift and they know how to run and feeling the power and anointing afterwards. So this song is huge for me. I have it on YouTube. I can hear it playing right now as well. And I planned on going to Miami next week. Me and another friend from high school, Michael Morgan. He's been doing mine. He has a YouTube channel as well. And
I've never
so we're gonna
seen
collab.
Anybody do that. That's amazing. Yeah. So you're gonna dance and he's gonna mime?
Yes.
That's amazing. Yeah. So are you doing it like at a church? Are you performing for?
No, we're literally gonna be camera. Spot here, spot there, and he's gonna bring everything together. And so I'm so excited to finally get it on video because I might have posted it on Facebook or somebody might have posted on Facebook and you can't really see, but this time they're really gonna be able to see the sign language because I use ASL when I'm doing the song. So I'm excited about that.
That's amazing.
I want to hear the words.
Beautiful.
Amen.
Come on and dance if you want to dance.
I'm not gonna dance. I'll do some hand gestures, but I'm not gonna dance. Right. This is yes in sign language. More.
due to copyright, we can't play the whole song.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's right.
That's beautiful. I love it, man. That's amazing, and I can't wait to see you guys.
Well, actually, I have permission.
Oh.
Yeah, but Facebook doesn't recognize that we have permission.
Okay.
So they'll cut us off.
Okay.
We have to call it.
That's a beautiful song.
Well, yeah, I do have permission to use any of to dance or to use any of his music.
That's amazing.
I actually there's a group on Facebook. It's called Leon Temple and Me, and
they support you a lot too.
Yes,
Sharing our posts and sharing about the book, all that.
About the book, they have invested in the book, literally monetary to help me get things going. It's great to know people.
Yes.
And have relationships, you know. And like we was talking about last night, sometimes your family is not your biggest supporters.
Yes,
it's other people. And no matter what, you have a gift. So he created an opportunity for people to put their gifts out there, any type of creative, may it be music, if you're selling clothes, body butters, whatever. Yes, the liturgical dance as well. So he's created a platform for people to get in here and to be themselves and stuff. And so this is like really my first time like really out speaking out loud, and I will be sharing this with the group, and they're rooting for me.
You added me in the group a long time ago. I'm like, what is this? You know, I would see y'all post from time to time, then I know it's just like a support system, like people, like a platform almost, kind of like what we got here. So
I did invite people that I felt like would benefit from being a part of the group, and either you joined in or you didn't. You know,
shout out to Leon Timbo and this group and platform.
Now let me ask you this: you said you grew up with your father. You know, thank God he was still there. You know, going through all of the struggles that you saw your mom go through and everything like that, and then your father ended up marrying her mother, and then she came along. How was that growing up in a household? Like, were you like growing up without your mom? Like, did you live with your dad? And did you not live with? Did that not happen until after your mom passed away? Like, how was like after she was Mickey'd and everything? Like, did you go to live with your dad at that point?
No, I stayed with her.
Okay.
And we ended up. We used to stay on Freeman, right across the street from Ottawa Park. Freeman and Bancroft. But I stayed with her. My dad ended up getting custody of me when I was 9 years old. We had lost the apartment in a fire. The landlord actually set it on fire for insurance purposes.
Wow.
He's gone, I can say that. So after that, we were permanently back out Stickney. I grew up out Stickney on Moore Street. And my mom would go to work, and my grandmother would help take care of me. My aunts that was living there as well. So it just got to a point where my grandmother was getting older, and she was like, okay, when we actually literally went to court for custody of me, she said, you have always been there for Danielle. You've always taken care of your daughter. I'm not going to fight you for custody of her. Yeah. So he ended up getting custody of me when I was 9.
So that was because of your grandmother?
Yes. Yeah, she just was like, okay, I'm not going to fight you with it.
Was that your mom's mom?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you this. So what did your mom's mom know about what had happened with your mom and her father? And, what was that like?
Well, she warned my mother. So when you read the book, it says that I wish I would have listened to my mother over and over again. I wish I would have done that, because he tried the same thing, to do the same thing to 2 older aunts. He was just that type of, he was a Rolling Stone. Like literally, this man was married to my grandmother. They had 8 kids together, but he has 23 and counting. Like, so he was off the chain, period.
You even said like your aunts was wondering like why their dad was going over to your mom's house. Like they would question your mom about that, right?
Well, they already knew what it was.
Right, but they didn't understand why she was still dealing with him.
Right.
That's
but I mean, when it comes, that's the denial part.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. But she was tied into the Bible class that he was attending as well, and some of them weren't.
Sometimes when you are manipulated through somebody who's your spiritual father or your physical father, mentally, it's no way to cope with that.
Yeah.
I know somebody who's dealt with their godfather, and they went through abuse, and they kept going back because that's their godfather. They look up to this person. Yep. So like mentally, like you don't know where to go. Like I love this man, but I hate him at the same time. Right. Yeah. Like that's crazy. And then he's still dealing with the results of that encounter now as an adult. So I mean, it's like a win or lose situation. I can't say win-win because you're not winning.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Not winning.
So eventually, you know, it didn't continue to happen for years, but the effects of it happening continued on. And with me seeing it and knowing exactly what happened, like I said, though, my grandmother did warn my mom, and she just didn't listen. Wow. You know.
I mean, it's got to be a special place in hell for people to do
God.
stuff like
It
that.
has to
I
be.
mean, I can't put nobody there, you know, but at the same time, that's terrible.
Yeah, I can't even.
It's terrible. And that's the world we live in today.
What I feel is more terrible is that, you know, somebody not having healing from it.
Right.
Yeah.
And dying.
Yeah.
Because of dying with that on you because of what somebody else did.
To you. Yeah.
Allowing them to have control even after.
So
you know?
So again, like I said, I mean, I'm talking about God. It's very short and sweet and simple, but that's the purpose of it, you know. Just like, you know, I feel like God had Christ die on the cross, you know, for our sins,
sacrifice.
So we could be redeemed as humans because, you know, we messed up.
Yeah.
He had to create a way for forgiveness because He loved us. How can you create something and not love them? Like if we have a child when they mess up.
Yeah.
No matter what, we're still gonna love them.
Yeah.
Right.
We might deal with them, you know, depending on the age and what they did.
Deal with them accordingly.
So, you know, we didn't make ourselves. So that's what it's all about, having a way for forgiveness, because I really feel like God is love.
So you feel like, so you said by you seeing your grandfather before he passed away and even going to the funeral and all that, you feel by him seeing you like that and the situation not breaking you, you feel like that broke the generational curse, or it was a start to breaking the generational curse?
No, me deciding to forgive him is what broke the curse, because now I know and I forgive him. So the little issues that I was going through with my relationships or being scared to be a mother, I'm divorced of four children. My oldest is 24, my youngest she'll be 14 in July. Like I really had a fear growing up. Like I can't do this by myself. Right. Even though I had my dad and my mom. Right.
And your sisters.
And my sisters. Right. I felt like, you know, I don't want to have kids out of wedlock. Or I would never want to be a single parent. Right. So the effects of that can, you know, have you, not necessarily myself, but can make a person decide to have an abortion. Right. Or marry for the wrong reasons. I'm in this situation, I'm not gonna do it by myself. So I'm gonna get married to this man because I had kids with him, not necessarily that this man is for me.
So it's kind of like what we was talking about last night when we would say like how coming up our older generation above us will teach us more fear instead of how to embrace situations as an adult and learn how to cope and deal with them.
Deal with both naturally.
Right.
No, they didn't.
But instead of working together so we could learn together, they felt I'm the parent, you the child, you gonna listen.
Yeah. But are we having those conversations with the generation above?
I talk to my kids now. I keep it real with my kids. My kids can go to the internet and see anything they want, so why am I gonna have a filter?
Yeah.
That's true.
Right. When we were growing up, they taught us everything spiritual, but nothing like
in real life.
In real life.
Yeah.
Real life.
There has to be a balance.
Right.
There's a spiritual side to everything.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Prayer will work. Prayer will handle everything.
That's it.
Or sit your fast tail down. Like and pray.
Yeah, there's a spiritual side and a natural side to everything. So going through and seeing what happened always allowed me to see things differently. Like I had the spiritual side with my father, but the other part of my family or my experiences I went through in the natural. How does it affect me? So it just came to a point in time where I'm like, okay, Danielle, this is your reality. Right. You are a divorced mother of 4. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna own it? Are you gonna continue to sit back? Are you gonna sit back and moan and, you know, feel sad about it
and feel sorry for yourself?
Absolutely.
Right.
Are you gonna stay mad at your ex-husband because he didn't do right? Well, you're the wifey type. My parents raised a wife, you know. those are things that you have to, know how to deal with in the natural. So it took me time to sit at home.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Forget a Valentine's Day.
He sets you all the way down. Plugs you up to the wall.
Plug me to the wall.
Now think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Right.
But I feel like God's been protecting me at the same time. I do.
Exactly. We say all the time, we've, especially as women, we cry over so many situations where we thought he was supposed to be the one, or this was supposed to be it, or and it wasn't it. That wasn't it. You thought you weren't good enough, but the funny thing is you were way too good. You know what I'm saying? And he blocked you from, some bullets. I know I've been shielded from some bullets. You know what I'm saying? When I thought these people were everything, and now I look at them and it's like, don't even want to, don't even want to acknowledge that you was affiliated to that effort.
Right.
So it's
man's rejection is God's protection.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
It's powerful though. It's powerful. And like you said, the most powerful thing. I think the most powerful thing for us as women,
yes, Lord,
especially when we've been broken as children, as little girls, and we grow up these broken little girls on the inside, and we're trying to grow into these women that we're supposed to be, but we really have these broken little girls still inside of us.
Yes,
we haven't learned how to cope with it, right? And so we go into life, and like you said, it's. For me, it was the reason why I was promiscuous. It was the reason why I was, going from guy to guy to guy, because all I wanted was to be loved. All I wanted was for somebody to love me. And I didn't realize at 17, 18, 19, they don't love you. You know what I mean? These streets don't love you.
Figure out how to love themselves.
They're broken themselves. You know what I mean? So it's when you get to that place as a woman where you realize your worth, and you realize who you are, whose you are, like you said.
That's it. I could definitely feel you on that, because my dad wasn't around when I was younger. I grew up, I have 13 brothers.
Wow.
Somewhere around there. But my brother Derek, that was the one who I was with 24/7, and that's who stepped up and was my dad.
Wow.
And he'll tell you to this day, he has 2 girls, another little girl on the way. But he'll tell you, I'm his firstborn. He did all the things that my father was supposed to do. He made sure I was doing my schoolwork, helping me with homework. He made sure if I needed any clothes or anything like that, he was there doing that. And I just could never repay him enough for that.
How old was him when you were born?
How many 8 years in between us.
So it wasn't even that big of an age difference, and he still stepped up. That's amazing, because that's what it takes, you know. And I'll say, I had, uncles in my life, as far as on my mom's side of the family, who were, solid people, but it was they were all in Michigan, and so we moved to Ohio. My mom graduated nursing school, got a job for the state of Ohio, and we moved here, and all of our family was in Michigan, and we seen them, a lot, but I didn't have that relationship with my grandfather. That's how now my daughter, even though her, father was taken, his dad has stepped up from the very beginning, and she has that pawpaw. I never had that real relationship where I can go to my granddaddy and be like, this is my pawpaw. I didn't have no male really that I could look at and be like, he showed me, until my daughter's father. He was the one that showed me what I was worth and how I should be loved and who I was. He saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself, and he was what saved my life. Him and my daughter saved my life. You know what I mean? So it's tough.
It's a tough situation.
We as women, we deal with some heavy stuff, and like Clyde said, I know men go through a lot too, but women, we deal with some heavy,
we
heavy
bag
stuff.
ladies for real.
I would say as human beings, we go through a lot. But as women, because our position is to be nurturers and to be a help, when we're not in position, it hurts even more.
Oh God, it does.
Y'all carry a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of men realizes how much burden a woman carries as a mother, as a daughter, as a sister, because everyone goes to their sister, mother, even daughter, because they're counselors. Women are nurturers, they're healers. So men we take all of our deepest hurts and pains and give it to our women. Here, take this, handle this for us.
Then they be like, you soft, you don't
try to organize it all
That's so unfair.
It is unfair.
Yeah, but why is that? Why?
That's just the nature of a man to carry his burdens and give it to his woman.
Now she supposed to tell you it's gonna be
just
all right,
when you carry the baby for 9 months, that's spiritual.
Okay, but just think about it. A man is much stronger. He was made to work.
Made to work.
You take the burden, okay?
Well, give it to us.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't know though.
Give it to us.
But that's what we should do.
Yeah.
We shouldn't take it.
Right, exactly.
And it's our fault.
Give it to us.
Because we put up with it.
But the crazy part about that is,
that's right.
The crazy part about that is that we're in this generation where women are pretty much fed up. We're tired of it.
Yeah.
We're taking our voices back, and we want to, we're not going to put up with this no more. And now we are.
Now we looking at.
Now we looking crazy.
That's why a lot of men are right now going back and forth with women right now.
Yeah.
Like, you see a lot of men going arguing and back and forth on Facebook, on social media with women.
I mean, we just talked about the story. We just talked about the story.
Say what you gotta say.
I was gonna say something.
I feel like it's crazy, but
you can say whatever you want.
Oh, okay. Because that's not a man. That's a bitch.
Exactly.
Okay. Because now that's what they doing. That's what they're doing. And a real man don't even want to see his woman suffer.
Period.
Well, I will say this though. Even though as a woman you become independent and you know who you are and you're tired of it, you can't have no stank attitude either though.
I agree.
No,
you know what I'm saying? You were supposed to be meek. I mean, he's supposed to choose you, so it has to be something about you that draws the one that is for you.
That's true.
But, I mean, you gotta comfort him sometimes. I mean, men have emotions. We be hurt too. Sometimes we want to hug. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying all the time.
I ain't saying all the time.
It's a balance. Like, baby, they trusted me at work. I'm not saying everything.
Right, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. But it's the point of, if I'm upset, I'm not gonna be upset. If I'm with Leah and I'm upset, I'm not gonna throw my stuff on her like she's doing something to me. Right. I'm not gonna be mad at Leah.
But that's how it is.
But that's how it is.
Like
she said, because things happen with men and they don't know how to deal with it. So they grow up broken. And then they put it on their woman. She's already broken. Then we raising broken kids.
But a lot of times too, it's not even that the men put it on us. It's us in our spirit. So us as women, we take it. You know, like what you need. What you need. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Like Jesse said, me and Jesse might be in a relationship. He's having a bad day. He had a rough day. He comes home. He just don't want to be messed with. He don't want to be taught. Like, we as women, we need to learn how to give men their space when they need it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, baby, I'm here for you if you want to talk about it. If not, I'm going to give you a minute, to deal with what you're going through.
Why you don't want to talk? You even talk to that other girl all day.
Exactly. And see what you don't even realize, and you don't even realize
you talk to them bitches at work all day. You can't come home and talk to me and say hi to your family.
This is sounding personal.
And they don't want to come home and talk to you because you're barking at them every time. It is.
I just said I feel like Clyde went through this shit. He goes, I went through that shit.
So, I mean, it is. It's like we said, it is on both sides.
But you know what? Because I see women go through hell with some men too. Like that. Like you ain't gonna leave yet. Like But they have that loyalty to their man. And it ain't nobody's place to step in between that.
And that's one thing. Hey, I ain't never trying to step in. Hey, you want to stay there? You want to get dog walked? Hey, baby, by all means, get dog walked. Right. I'm going to go ahead over here.
Because know what maybe it ain't being dog walked to her. Maybe she enjoy a little rush.
No, she don't. No, she don't enjoy that. She just don't know nothing else.
A lot of women, a lot of women are being dog walked, and they know they're being dog walked, but they feel like they can't get nothing better. They feel like that's it for them.
And they don't want to be alone.
And they don't want to be alone.
But weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. It's gonna be at some point a woman is gonna wake up.
Hold on, get your bomb.
Hey, I like that. Okay. At some point you're gonna wake up. If you're smart enough and you have the right support system, you're gonna wake up.
And even when you wake up, don't feel like it's too late.
Yes, never too late. Never too late. So many women have lost their lives in situations where, if they would have woke up, and they didn't wake up, and like you said, a lot of people lose their lives hurting and never coping with something, because
some people are still living their lives on a day-to-day versus just say human trafficking. A lot of these young women that's out there and or currently in that situation, they were lacking something and they went to go find it somewhere else. So I mean, it's so important. Yes, it's so important to recognize what you're facing. We're like, stuff is in our face, but the spirit behind it.
And
like, what is the purpose of this person, or what is
what's the root cause?
Yeah.
Right.
And like you said, so many people are ashamed of what that root cause is, feeling like it, you know, is it something I did or what or embarrassed or whatever the fact may be, that they don't want to, you know, they're scared to come out and put it on the table and deal with it, you know?
Right. Absolutely. And again, having a personal relationship when something is going wrong, or having a voice, having a conscience, having a light. Some people has never had a light in their life.
Yes.
Some people, everything is negative. They grew up in the system. That's the way of life. This is how it's always been. Ain't been nowhere. You know, haven't been able to step outside of the community, let alone a state. Absolutely, and show them the way. So my heart has always been whatever I've been through. I feel like it's to help someone else.
Yeah.
So that's my ultimate goal.
Some people don't know their family history because they older generations kept secrets and didn't tell. A lot of us are dealing with stuff that we don't know why, because we don't know what happened down our bloodline to even make us act like this.
That's the truth. And I can honestly say, if my grandmother would have never had that conversation with me, I might have just seen what happened, but not truly understand what it was, because she took time to say, look, I told your mom to stay away from him, this and this and that. You know, she was from
How old were you when she sat down and had that conversation with you?
I would say I was probably about 7 years old, and when she could see the effects of what happened, because she already could tell that something happened, because that's not my daughter. That's not the woman, you know, the young lady that I raised. You know what I'm saying? What happened to her? But she also knew that she was a part of that ministry that he was in as well. So
what kind of ministry was this?
Right.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. I don't remember the official name of it, but they believe in scientific as well.
Like Scientology?
Basically, yes.
It's kind of cult-like type of maybe.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And there's some people that I knew growing up in the Bible class that's not a part of it now, because irregardless if you're teaching the truth from the Word of God, is your spirit right?
Yeah.
Okay. Every spirit is not right. That's quoting the Bible and showing you or teaching you anything.
And still heart ain't pure and
it
ain't
ain't even got to be the Bible. You can teach somebody how to hold a gun, but if your spirit ain't right, if your motive is to say, I'm gonna have this little boy, this little girl on this block to kill these people, you might have taught them something positive, but what was the spirit behind it?
What was the intentions?
Absolutely.
Girl, you in here preaching, girl. I love it.
I mean, I got that calling. I ain't ready for it yet.
It's coming.
I'm glad we didn't have a second guest today.
I am too. I'm glad that we had the time to be able to really sit down.
We knew what we were doing.
And unfold
But like the truth hurt. So I know, like, it hurt your grandmother to tell you that just as much as it hurt you to receive it.
Absolutely.
And people have to understand that you might hurt somebody's feelings telling them some stuff. And people understand
but
people gotta understand too that sometimes when people talking to you, it hurt them not to tell you that. So you gotta be understanding to them too. Because it's two sides to every story and one truth. I don't want to have to tell my friend he fucking up, but if he fucking up, hey man, come here, man. You
But that's love though.
Right.
That's love. God chases who he loves.
Exactly.
And if you my friend, you better tell me, girl, your lashes is falling off. But you gonna let me sit here and look stupid? You know what I mean? You don't love me. I don't want to be around here. That lazy gun. You need to lay that down.
How many times I tell you, like, about anything?
Man.
Too much problem.
How many times a day?
I'm like, Jesse, I know I got some crust in my eyes. Just be running. I'm tired. It don't bother me, but you know what I'm saying? But he
keep a wet wipe.
Thank you. I'm glad that you said that, because I'm tired of people asking me, like, well, can you? No.
My eye be leaking sometimes. I know. It don't bother me. Like, I ain't pressed. Like, the world ain't stopping because I got some dry shit in my eye. That's me.
Fine.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep rolling.
Time out.
If it's bothering you, roll on.
The cameras ain't even that close, so how much attention is y'all paying attention?
Yeah, people
Zooming in.
What can I find wrong with this show?
I tell you all the time, like, man, I need something for my lips. My lips be looking dry. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? We pushing the product. You provide the information.
No, we need
Danielle, speaking of, providing a product, I definitely want you to let the listeners and the viewers know one more time where they can find your book. Also, let them know where they can find you on social media.
Yes.
And if you have any events or anything going on, let us know about it.
Yeah, shout out.
Okay, so again, you can find the book on Amazon as of right now. It's in ebook and paperback format. You can look under Abba Life After Forgiveness, or you can look me up. I have an author page under Danielle Edwards. You can follow me on Instagram at Imbue Me Now. Imbue is my business. I do have a body butter and hair oil. I'm working on getting it out of the ground, off the ground, and out and about. And on Facebook, it's Danielle Edwards as well. I do have the videos coming up. I don't have them to share right now.
But when you do, make sure you let us get.
I sure will.
Tell them the artist who song the book was based on. Who's that again?
The artist is Leon Timbo in Northern Lights United.
Shout out to them.
Abba. I belong to you.
Now, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to, a thank you?
I would like to say thank you again to my parents and to my father,
Jerry,
for
Kevin and Jerry Brown.
Pastors Kevin and Jerry Brown.
Right, put some respect on it.
And also to my children. Oh my gosh, they are my world right now. As far as a significant other, no, I am single. Single and waiting. I'm in the waiting room. In the waiting room.
We're all single and waiting.
Yeah, we waiting. We patiently waiting.
And praying about the situation as well, because I just don't want.
You don't want just anything.
I ain't gonna cap. I met me a little something.
That's why you got that little dress on.
But besides that, I would like to say thank you to everyone that supported me, and especially to my the students I've taught within the last 2 years, the cosmetology at the cosmetology school that I was teaching
you're teaching now.
Well, I'm not doing it right now, but I did spend the last 2 years teaching at New Directions Beauty Institute, and I was telling the students, just like I'm having a conversation with you guys, I talk to my students like that. I keep it real with them. So they've shown me mad love, support through everything. They've listened to me, seen me go through some things. And so I would like to say thank you to the village, and thank you to Leon Timbo and me for all of your support.
All right. Well, you got who do you want to say thank you to?
All right, Tana.
Come on,
Doing too much.
We do that all the time.
Thank you to y'all for inviting us. Thank y'all for inviting us. And just shout out to Tenor Design Collective in Columbus, Ohio.
How can they be reached on the platforms?
So Tenor Design Collective is on Instagram at just like that, Tenor Design Collective, and also on Facebook. We are at 2912 East Main Street in the Bexley, Ohio area.
And she told us we could come down, y'all.
Y'all can do the salon.
So we going to Church Columbus one of these days.
And my sister stay there, so it's
we going
If we go to Columbus, we have to call up Chef Gaston.
Oh yeah.
That's all I think about when you say Columbus.
I see him all the time on my timeline. His food looks amazing.
Oh my God.
It looks amazing.
These crab cakes.
BLT.
Oh my
Crab cake was so good.
Y'all, I'm hungry now.
Me too. We gonna eat.
So when I hear Columbus,
we going out to get drinks after this?
Hey, Mr. Columbus. So like every time I hear Columbus, Ohio now, that's all I'm gonna think about is crab cake BLTs. Yeah, so it's been a great show. Shae, I know you got that affirmation, girl, because now it ain't no time other than that.
Listen, I'm just hoping I got the right one for
I know it's gonna be the right one.
I was just about to say I bet it match. I give up. I give my words.
Sound like you started your birthday early.
I ain't even drinking. I can't even talk.
Okay, y'all ready? Here we go. Their behavior is out of your control. Their traumas are out of your control. Their lack of emotional self-discipline is out of your control. Stop trying to fix something that isn't your job. You can only fix you. You are your own responsibility. Don't walk around with other people's burdens in your hands. They're not yours to carry. So let go of what does not belong to you and make room for what does. Know your worth. Your energy is too valuable to be played with.
Yeah. Look, she got like 2 words in, and I'm like, look, she on point.
Always.
My eyes is watering. Like, this is what it's all about. You have to find your healing.
Yes.
There is life after the trauma.
Yes.
There's life.
Man, y'all gonna come on our show trying to make us cry.
Man, I love it. Oh, this is such a great show.
Yes.
Such an amazing show.
I'm getting goosebumps.
I've had goosebumps for the last like 30 minutes. I'm not even gonna lie.
Let's say it in the comments. My stuff all froze up. Leah, what you got going on over there in the comments?
You know,
wonderful
I want to
show.
say, Noelle Love says fear can most definitely hold you back. Every action has a reaction. Either it's bad or good, but you make the best out of everything. Every day is a new chance to change for the better. Yes.
That's in the comments?
Yes, that was in the comments.
Yes. Dewan Battle said forgiveness is so powerful and so important for self-healing. First natural, then spiritual.
Yes.
Shout
Mike
out to
Chalks.
Mama Riley.
Oh, yes. Hey, Mama Riley.
Mama Riley.
Yes. Mike Chalk says we are normalizing everything. Tag it with responsible and it's good to go. Man, yeah. So, you know, it's just about that accountability. And, you know, when you take the time to start to explore what's effed up in here instead of out there,
pointing the finger.
You know what I mean? And that was the biggest thing for me. Like, I've been a complete train wreck, you know, for a good period of my life, especially after I lost my daughter's father. But I got to a place where it was like, I didn't like who I saw when I looked in the mirror. I don't care about what everybody else had to say about me. When I looked in the mirror, now I don't like this person, and now I need to change that. So you can be whoever you want to be.
Do the work.
You know, just do the work. And that's it. Yeah, so we appreciate you guys tuning in for another great show.
One more thing, I just want to give a shout out to Shae and Dig and all the other Toledo family down in Atlanta. Y'all make it home safe. And come holler at us.
Putting 419 on the map. Okay.
I want to give a shout out to everybody that's cashed at me.
Can I hold some?
Since
how much you done made?
It's
Because I
my
need to hold
birthday.
some.
You can hold some tomorrow. Not today.
Yeah.
But I just want to give a shout out to everybody who's been telling me happy birthday and sending money and everything. I do appreciate y'all so much.
Yeah.
And I love
Tell them
y'all.
your Cash App one more time for those
My
who didn't
Cash
get
App is Talaia with an extra A, so Talaia.
It's her 21st birthday, y'all. It's a big one. She's legal now, so make sure y'all hit our girl up, show her some love, and
welcome to the real world.
Buy me a drink.
So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. We
got
have
another great show ahead of us.
Tiara Roberts and Dr. Sweeney.
Dr. Sweeney.
And Why Not Massage? Oh, never mind. That's for us. That's the master of the show. Yes, so I want to say thank you to Jesse because
Jay cool.
Man, listen, he surprised us, and he's got some people coming in tomorrow to give us massages.
Oh,
to just
wait,
let us
for real?
Yes.
Yeah. Why
And you don't know?
After the show.
I don't know why.
And you don't know?
It's a surprise. It was a surprise.
Oh.
So, thank you, Jesse. We
It ain't a
appreciate
surprise
you.
no more.
We appreciate you.
I do these things because I appreciate y'all coming in every day and working so hard on the show. Talaia, Leah, Shae, Harold,
Clyde.
I appreciate y'all for the hard work that we've been putting in for the last
7 months.
And you know, we
7 months
we
we've
more
been
than definitely appreciate you because, you know, we wouldn't be here without you. You
Damn right.
You do all the magic behind the scenes and everything. And yeah.
For sure.
He has always been amazing.
That nice little
I hope
music
y'all
y'all
treat
hear.
him right.
He's our creative genius.
Yes.
Yes. So
We love him.
and we appreciate you all
Yes.
for every
Thank you, guys.
ounce of support that you guys pour into us. It means everything to us. We cannot do what we do without you.
Yes.
We thank you for the love, the cash apps, the donations, all the support. You guys have been amazing, making us #1 podcast. We love you all. So make sure you guys tune in for another great show tomorrow. And like we always say, until next time.
Ohio on the rise.
I'll get them on.